it again, people. Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Taking a look at this movie for Friday the 13th week. Of course, it continues, and this is the John Carl Buechler joint, as I'll call it, which a lot of people have very fond memories of, and there's a reason for it. As we know, or may not know, John Carl Buechler is a very talented special effects artist, so when he came into this movie, he took that with him. And what could be a better special effects playing field than Friday the 13th? Had that great decapitation in the original movie, and sort of just kept upping itself. So he's got this opportunity now where he's going to take his own take on it and use his skills. So, very exciting, to say the least, to think that he could, get his hands on this film series and do what he wanted. And you see that, of course, in his version of Zombie Jason in this movie, which is acted by none other than Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder, of course, is famous for being Jason because he will play him in the next 3 subsequent movies, and really took on the role of Jason like no one else did in convention appearances and everything else. This guy, he thinks he is Jason, and a little kooky, but it's very cool. But he sort of gave his own flavor to the role, and a lot of people see him as the definitive Jason, if not the definitive zombie Jason, because he had this sort of head-turning and, way of acting out without being able to say anything, or, you know what I mean? He was in a very confined sort of state, and he really brought that to his role. Also, this one is famous for the look of Jason, because in this is the best looking zombie Jason by far. John Carl Buechler went to great lengths to create this Jason where you could see every scratch, scar, slash, whatever that happened to him in all of his previous movies, the 6 entries before this, well, I guess 5 technically with Jason, and he made this great costume suit that Kane had to wear for the whole movie, and it's just, he looks awesome. He's the best, easily the best looking zombie Jason, and probably the best looking Jason really because of the amount of effort that went into his appearance in this movie. It is, however, also famous for being the most cut film by the MPAA in the series. Which, it's funny because a lot of people, you would think that would detract from its popularity. You would think that people would watch this and go, man, all the kills are cut off like way too early, you can't see anything, there's no blood, there's no gore. There's some blood and gore, but it doesn't take away from it. It's because it's a different movie. Of course, this is the one where the telekinesis comes into play. It's sort of Carrie versus Jason, with Lar Park Lincoln playing this telekinetic girl that's sort of being treated and tested by Terry Kaiser, Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's, out on Crystal Lake. And she unwittingly sort of brings Jason back from the dead, and from the depths of the lake, where he'd been left after Jason lives. So Tina is her character. It sort of has to take him on with her abilities, and that leads to a lot of cool effects. And the movie is definitely full of great effects and great kills. The problem is, of course, as I said, they were cut heavily by the MPAA, because I don't think this, as much as the studios wanted this movie to come out, I think there was a time where they didn't want these incredibly gory movies out there, and unfortunately, this movie was slashed to death. However, it is still a cool story. You can see some of the kills. You can see how they would have gone out, and you get this great-looking Jason, which is really the definitive zombie Jason. So there's a lot of things working for this movie, but this is the movie we need an uncut version of. We didn't need it uncut for Friday the 13th. I'm sorry. There's a lot of people out there that really like that uncut version that's out. We didn't need that. It was like 11 seconds of more footage. I didn't see more blood gurgle out of Kevin Bacon's throat. In all honesty, guys. I'm not saying it's not cool to have that really nice quality version of the movie and stuff like that, and I'll probably get the deluxe edition myself someday. What I'm saying is, if we needed an uncut of any movie, it's this one, because there are so many great effects that are cut off in this movie due to the MPAA's fucking being silly and stuff like that. Yeah. What else is there to say? The ending's a little goofy in this movie, but that's not John Carl Buechler's fault. He had some great ideas for this movie, and at the ending he had this he had made this casting of Tina's father, who was at the very start of the movie, and she was going to dredge up her father like she did Jason to try and save her, kind of thing, and he was going to come out and do that. But in the end, they wouldn't let him use the suit, because of a fight he was having with a production assistant, I believe, over wanting to break Jason's mask off early in the movie. Because there's a large portion of this movie where you see Jason's face, which is very cool again, and it's such a great effect. And unfortunately, because of this sort of feud, in the end, her father comes up and he's got like some dirt on his face, and he doesn't look like he's. It's sort of the opposite of how great Jason looks, and it kind of sucks in that effect. But still, you have to give him props for doing what he could and getting what he got out of it, because he did get away with a lot of stuff with Jason. And this is a lot of people's favorite zombie Jason film. I do really enjoy it. I have watched it a lot. So, for me, I like Jason Lives a little more, but this is a great entry into the series, and one you definitely need to see. One of the definitive Jasons that, if I were to make a list of Jason movies you need to see, Friday the 13th movies you need to see, this would easily be on. So that's sort of my thoughts on The New Blood. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Hope you enjoy all the reviews that are going to be out this week. This is only Tuesday, so we're going to have 3 more reviews and a little something special on Friday. But keep watching, guys, and go watch Friday the 13th this week. No better time to do it. So, yeah. Peace.